want to show you the power of 7. But what I'm going to show you is so exciting, so powerful, that I have to put in this legal disclaimer. The presentation that follows is an example of how the compensation plan works and is not a promise of income. Any income you earn will be the result of your own efforts and be in proportion to your efforts and skill set. As with any business, there is a chance to lose your money, and so never put in more than you can afford to lose. What I want to show you in this presentation is the power of each person having 7 personal referrals, and everybody ultimately will have 7 personal referrals, whether they've referred them themselves or whether they've got them from the free entries that we process randomly to every member. Every member can get up to 7 free entries, and these are allocated randomly, but don't wait for them. Just go out and get your 7, and then any random allocations that you get, you will just treat as a bonus. So what we've assumed in this presentation is that everybody gets 7 personal referrals, no more, no less, and they all get them in the same length of time, and we've called this the steps. And it can be a day, it can be a week, it can be a month, it can be whatever you think is reasonable. But we're assuming, as I say, that everybody gets them at the same length of time. Now, I know that's not going to happen, so do you. Some will get a lot more, a lot faster, and some will get less, and it'll take a lot longer. But for simplicity's sake, that's what we're showing. So, step 1, you've joined and you get your 7 personal referrals. You pass up 2, that leaves you with 5, but you only get paid on 4 because one of them creates a free place for somebody else. One of these places that we allocate randomly. The first person you get paid on, you get $5 because we always pay 100% on your first referral to get you breaking even as soon as you've just one referral. The next 3 people that you get paid on will be at $4, the commissionable value. So that is $17 in total. That's enough to pay you into phase 2 and give you a $2 profit as well. So you've made a $2 profit and you're paid into phase 2. And we're going to show 10 steps in phase 1, only 9 in phase 2 because we just want to keep it level. These go on unlimited levels. There's no limit to the number of levels that you can go down, the number of steps that can be taken. But we're only showing 10 in phase 1, 9 in phase 2, and we're only going to show 7 in phase 3. So we showed you a $2 profit in step 1. Step 2, you have 10 pass-ups that you will receive, 2 from each of the 5 people in the previous step. 10 pass-ups at $4 would be $40, but we're only going to give you $20. And the reason for that is, after the first 7 people, we only pay half of the commissionable value without any qualification. You can qualify for a 100% boost to that $2, bringing it back up to the $4 if you refer just 1 person a month. But you must do it every month to retain that 100% boost. What we've shown here is with nobody qualifying for that boost, and it could in fact double these figures. Showing 10 people and you only get $2, it's $20, $20 onto the 17, 37. Net 22 because you spent $5 originally and $10 for phase 2. Step 3, you've got 20 people. 15 less 5, the 10 new ones. These 10 new ones paying you 2 pass-ups each. 20 times 2 is 40, 40 onto 37, 77, and you can follow it through. You can see how these just double every step, because each time the people in the previous step get their 7, they're passing up 2 to you. They don't actually need to get 7 to pass up 2 to you, they only need to get 4. But we're showing everybody getting 7, so we're talking about everybody getting 7. And by the time you've completed 10 steps in phase 1, you've earned a net $10,222. That's not bad, is it, for introducing just 7 people at $5 each? Just that potential alone is enough to make people jump at this opportunity. But let's have a look at phase 2. You see that step 1 in phase 2 is actually step 2 in phase 1, because you only got in once you paid your way in. And so these 5 people that you had in your pay line, once they pay their way in, they'll follow you into phase 2. Similarly, these 10 will follow you in, the 20, the 40, the 80, and so on. And once again, this can go down an unlimited depth. So step 1, you'll have 5 people that have followed you through from phase 1, which will be your personal referrals. 2 will be passed up. That will leave you with 3 in your pay line. But one of them, you will give up the commission to pay for those free entries in phase 1. So you'll actually be paid on 2. The first one, you'll get 100%, $10, and the second one, you'll get only half of the commissionable value because you're not Power of One qualified, as in phase 1. So you'll get 10 plus $4, $14, your $4 in profit. Step 2, you earn an additional $64 from having 16 new ones in your pay line from pass-ups and your personal referrals. 16 times 4, 64, 64 onto 14, 78. But now you've got enough to pay your way into phase 3. So there's $20 comes out there. So your net profit is just 48. Not bad. You've still only referred those first 7 people at $5 each. And you can see how your profit grows. And by the time you've reached step 9 in phase 2, you've got an additional 77,000. Add that to your profit from step 10 in phase 1. It's a total of $88,000. Very powerful. Step 3, what happens there? You can see this is starting to get more powerful because your personal referrals, you start off with 3. That's that same 3 from the 5 that came into phase 2 following you. But then in step 2 of phase 3, it's your personals followed by the 6 pass-ups, 16. Then your 20 personals followed by the 32 pass-ups, 52. And you can see that this grows hugely. And what does that mean financially? Well, it follows the same pattern in payments. You had 3 people in. You're only going to pass up 1 of those, and 1 of them you're not going to get any commission for. So you're going to get your commission of $20 on the 1 remaining one, but 2 will be in your pay line. So you've got your $20 back. You're not out of pocket phase 3. But in step 2, you're now going to get 1 pass up from each of the people in your pay line. So that's 2. But you've also got 16 personal referrals. You're going to give 1 away, 15, 17 in total. That's the same as this, 19 minus 2, 17. You're going to get $8 for, because we're going to give you half of that commissionable value because you're not qualified for the Power of One bonus. So you now have a total earned of $156. Step 3, you have 19 pass-ups that you receive. You've also got 52 personal referrals. So you're going to get paid on 71 people at $8. Your total now is $724 that you've earned just in step 3 in phase 3. And so you can see how this grows exponentially. And by the time you've hit step 7, and remember once again this can go on to infinity, you've earned a net $58,976. In reality, it would be less $40 because you would have been paid into phase 4. I don't think we're going to argue about $40 at this point. Your total net at the end of step 7 in phase 3 is $147,022. All you did was refer 7 people for $5 each and encouraged everybody else to do the same. And in just these first 3 phases, it's worth $147,022. Nothing ever works perfectly as we show in examples. It could be a lot more. It could be a lot less. It depends on your application and the people that join with you in your network. But remember, this is going to go on for another 4 phases and each are going to be increasing in value. So I think it's safe to say that if that 147,022 is nowhere near hype in this particular opportunity, it's very, very powerful. But what if it doesn't work? Well, you may lose $5. It's unlikely because one referral will get you $5 back. But what if it does work? Do you think it's worth risking $5 and taking the effort to find 7 people who are prepared to put in $5 themselves? Don't forget, you're going to get a $5 ad pack, and you're going to get $10 in your US dollar wallet in We Share Abundance. So you can't lose unless your decision is not to get involved. God bless.